Hi, I'm Larry Kortkamp, and this is Biz Pointz. This show talks about small business, the important technology, the important people, things that improve your business and make it better each and every day. Today, our guest is Blake Hale with Worksuites. Thanks for joining us today, Blake.
Thanks for having me, Larry.
Create a stronger and more dynamic business. Larry Kortkamp, founding partner at the Kortkamp Group, talks with industry insiders about trending topics moving the needle, or not, for local business today. Here's your host, Larry Kortkamp.
Worksuites. So you're a friend of the show, obviously. We utilize Worksuites for our studios, for all of our shows, actually. So we're very familiar with what you do and how you do it, but most of our audience may not be. So our job today, you and I, is to introduce Worksuites to those people that don't know much about it, or those that do know it. Let's tell them more about what we do. So Worksuites, can we put in a nutshell what Worksuites, what our purpose is, or what your purpose is?
Absolutely. So what our purpose is that we want to help businesses everywhere from entrepreneurs to small businesses to large businesses help get their businesses out there. We offer everything from business addresses to co-working to executive office suites. We really thrive on helping those small businesses and companies really utilize and expand their horizons of just working out of just the home.
And this has never been a more important time than it is right now. We have so many people, even those in the corporate world that are used to going into the office, that can no longer go into the office. Many of our offices are closed. They've been working from home. They've been doing everything they do in an unusual space. Sometimes the home environment is not the best environment for conducting business. So people are looking for possibly an alternative solution, which is what you provide. It's a way to have an outside office from the home, but maybe in a little bit more controlled environment, cost effective, located possibly near their homes. So it's definitely a great solution for exactly the work environment that we're in today.
Yes.
Part of what Worksuites does well is flexibility. But when we say flexibility, what do we mean when we say flexible?
Absolutely. Flexible with our terms. So we don't require you to sign a long lease or anything with us. We offer everything from month to month, 3 month, 6 month, 12 month, and even 24 months. So it really, whatever you're comfortable with starting out with to get your business going is what we want you to be able to be comfortable doing.
Now, is that unusual in the marketplace? Obviously, you're not the only entity offering additional workspace. Is that an unusual relationship where you don't offer those, expect those long-term contracts?
So more of the long-term contracts are going to come with traditional office space. More of those big corporate buildings where we'll go in and we'll take a floor out and we'll make it into smaller offices to where we can offer solutions for the people that want something that they're nervous about signing those long-term leases and really want to sign something shorter.
What's included with what you do? Is it traditionally maybe a little single office, or are there other options that people can take advantage of?
So we offer different offices. We offer everything from just a plain business address that includes a phone. It gives you shipping, it gives you an address, professional business address where you could ship things to your business and you can ship out from there as well. We also offer everything from part-time space. Our hybrid co-working is a perfect example. It has a daily desk option where you can come in every day through the hours of 8 and 5:30 p.m. You can work in our daily desk room, or it even also comes with, depending on the package, 1 day a week to use a private office, 2 days a week to use a private office, or unlimited days in the month to use a private office.
As far as technology, I know we use it to its fullest extent, but what sort of technology comes with a space? Obviously, you get a phone. What else do they get?
So you get a phone. We provide internet. At our newer locations, you get a dedicated Wi-Fi, as the one here in Allen that you get. You also get furniture as well. You get 24/7 access.
You had mentioned the Allen location. Workspace, at least in the DFW Metroplex, has many locations. How many locations do you have here?
So here in the Dallas area, I believe we have 17 now. We are just starting on our new South Lake Center. And then we also do have 4 locations down in our Houston area as well.
Very well. So I know with our location, we love it because it's such a beautiful building. When we bring a client into here, it's designed it's artfully designed. It's very high class for what we do. The workspace is wonderful. Do you find that that's an incentive not just for us, but your other clients as well?
Absolutely. The one thing that we do here at Worksuites is we don't plaster our logo anywhere. So when a client that you have walks off that elevator and they walk onto our center, they think that you might have the whole center and that, you're this big hotshot company and that you have all these employees. That's one thing that we don't like to do is plaster our logo everywhere because we want them to think that, this is your floor.
That's very helpful for larger corporations if they want to have a secondary, maybe a large meeting room that they want to conduct a meeting in. I don't want to get away too far from our current situation with this, with the COVID issue and social distancing. And how's your business model changed in relation to our current situation?
Absolutely. With the current situation, I think a lot of companies are going to be finding that moving from traditional space to more of the executive style suites, flexible space is going to definitely boom here soon. We also have gone in creating these boxes that we can put in offices to help separate your employees if you're worried about them being too close. If you had more than 3 or 4 people coming into the office every day.
Like in a cubicle situation, when you say a box, how is that practically
No,
speaking?
so
What
we
does that
actually
mean?
went and built out these boxes. It's not a cubicle. You kind of slide them in between desks, and they have planters in the top, and then a piece of plastic, a piece of glass at the top that we that kind of separate you from the person next to you.
Interesting.
So it's not necessarily a cubicle.
Are there any common areas or common spaces that we can utilize?
Absolutely. So all our locations have common areas that you can use. And one of the great things about Worksuites, let's say you're a member at our Allen location, but you need to go use a meeting room at one of our other locations. You can do that at no additional cost. It's just you have to pay a la carte for the meeting space, or you get allotted amount of hours per month with your office. And you can also go out there and use the common areas at those locations too if you wanted to go work out of there for the day.
Are there any other features or benefits regarding the lobby section? Is there a receptionist that we can utilize? Is there a live person when someone enters the building?
Yes, so there is a live person that sits at the reception desk. They'll answer phones acting like they're with your company. So you don't have to worry about them answering the phone saying, hey, welcome to Worksuites. Or when there's a client that comes in, they have a live person to meet. So it's not just drop off, leave something and leave. They will greet you and make you feel definitely at home.
So we've talked about ways that you're different, obviously, from your competitors. Is there anything that we haven't touched on yet? Because we kind of focused on a few key areas. I know that the company started off, more in a traditional, maybe a family-owned business, and now we're growing. You're obviously more sophisticated today, and you're getting your name out there. Is there anything else that our audience needs to know that we haven't touched on yet?
Absolutely. One of the biggest things that we like to take pride in is the transparency. We were very transparent with our clients. We don't nickel and dime you. The price that you pay is the price that you're going to pay every month. The only thing that might change is if you use meeting room space a lot, if you send out your charge for postage, but that's about it. You're not going to get nickel and dime for coffee. We offer coffee to all of our clients and their clients as well. Free water. You get black and white color copies as well that we're not going to nickel and dime you for as well.
So it's an all-inclusive price.
It is an all-inclusive price.
Actually, it's very attractive. Too many places I know from experience they get you involved in the process, but then afterwards there's a lot of surprises that come along. I know our suites are very pretty and very very well suited for the clientele that we bring in here. So we're located in the Allen location. Are there any other key areas where those places do you have more locations in certain areas than others? Do you have locations downtown? How far, do you have anything in Sherman? How far outside the DFW marketplace do you go?
Yes, so we have locations in Las Colinas. We have locations in Grapevine, a brand new center that's going to be opening up here in a few months. South Lake, and also we have one out in Keller, Fort Worth. We have stuff in Uptown. Those are the main big areas. We have some in Plano. Down in the Houston area, we also have Woodlands, North Houston by the airport. We have one down by the Galleria, and we also have one in Sugar Land as well.
Very good. Security obviously is big to everybody in this company. And
Mm-hmm.
whenever we have a remote location, we're always concerned with security. Are there any security extras that you provide for a business?
So we lock the doors at 5:30 of the day. They unlock about 8 o'clock in the morning. So everything's secured. You get a lock and key to your office. The only people that will come in is janitorial services that will come and clean the office at night.
All right. Well, obviously, our current climate with the COVID is something we probably need to focus on a little bit more. So we're going to take a short break, and we'll be back in a minute to talk some more with Blake Hale.
At Worksuites, get back to work your way. Business addresses, co-working, executive office suites. We really thrive on helping small businesses expand their horizons from simply working out of their home. What's really nice is we're flexible with our terms. We don't require you to sign a lease with us, go month to month, or stay a couple years. You may only need a part-time space. You'll have a full kitchen, covered garage access. This is the ideal way to work through the transition in your business and get you up to speed quickly. Private offices have dedicated Wi-Fi, furniture, 24/7 access. Call 888-445-9675 and check us out at worksuites.com to schedule your tour. You're going to love it here. 888-445-9675.
Hi, welcome back. Larry Kortkamp with Biz Pointz, and we're talking today with Blake Hale of Worksuites. Worksuites is a solution to your work problem as far as locations. Gives you an alternative office, another place for you to conduct your all-important business. And today, in the current environment that we have, this is a very important solution for many more people than really think it is a good solution for you. Blake, before we went to break, we were talking about some things that we were changing maybe because of the COVID issue. Have you seen an uptick in people searching out this solution because of COVID?
Yes, we actually are starting to see more people that, that may have lost their jobs or been furloughed that are, making that decision to become an entrepreneur, that really want to get, a business address or even get their first time office. We're really excited to help them.
Do they get a dedicated phone number?
They do get a
with their
dedicated
office?
phone number.
That's very helpful. So they don't have to operate off their cell phone or something that's off a personal line. They actually get a business phone. And who answers that business phone?
So if you have a full-time office space with us, our receptionists can answer the phone for you, act like they are with your business, and then transfer the number back to a number of your desire if you would like. Or they can have it ring directly to a voicemail. They can have it ring directly to an outside line. It's really whichever one you kind of prefer.
Gotcha. Do you find that this appeals to a certain type of business more than others?
Not necessarily a certain type. We definitely do get a lot more of professionals, solo professionals. We do get some corporations. I mean, we have large space as well as not only just the single person or two-person office space.
Well, from a corporate standpoint, obviously you pointed out earlier, which I think is a very valid point. You're flexible on your terms. Whenever you're leasing office space, traditionally that comes with a 3 to 5 year time span that you're obligating yourself for. So one reason I think this is an effective space is because it can be a temporary solution to a problem. If we're going to relocate or train or do something of that nature, you can actually use something for maybe 3 months, 6 months, whatever that happens to be to solve a problem, and you're not obligated to having that long-term solution for it. I can't stress enough in today's environment, we have got to get small business back to work. And I, for one, think this is an excellent solution for doing that. We've been confined to our home offices for far too long. We've got to get out and get back into the cities and back into making things happen on a more personal level. And being able to have someplace else to go, even if your company or your corporation does not open or it's not conducive for you to do, I find that this is a very valuable solution to that problem. And since you are flexible on your terms, I think it fits so many different solutions that people really need to think outside the box a little bit, because this is different maybe than what they've done on a more mainstream level. So, well, Blake, we know you, obviously. You're the guy that helps us do everything we need to do here. Exactly what is your position within Worksuites for this location?
So for this location, I'm the sales consultant. I can help anybody with any location. I'm the one that's stationed here at the Allen location that gives the tours. So any new client that comes in to see this location will deal with me personally. And one thing that I like to do is, take the time to get to know you, see what your goals are for your company, see how I can help you make your company be the best that it can be.
I know you were very informative for us and very supportive for us. You're right there whenever we need anything. You're very eager to help, which leads me to the staff as well. I find that so refreshing that the staff here is very happy. They're very happy. They're very informative. They're eager to assist you in any way that you do. Is that something that the company cultivates? Is that the norm for what we're going to find?
Absolutely. At all our locations, what I found out I've only been with the company since February, and I have found that everybody I work with loves coming to work every day. And I think a lot of that starts with Flip Howard, our CEO. He has really instilled this kind of environment in us and how we love to come to work every day. When I, came about Worksuites, I fell in love. I wanted to come work here so bad that I wouldn't take no for an answer.
So Blake, we've talked about everything except how we find you. How are people supposed to get in touch with you? Is there a website, an email, a phone number for you?
Absolutely. So the best thing to do is to come visit us at our website at worksuites.com. And then there you'll be able to find our direct sales number and reach out to a live sales consultant too. We also do have a chat feature. If you don't necessarily want to speak to someone on the phone, you can chat with a live person right then and there as well.
Now, can they arrange to come by and see a location, take a tour? How does that process actually work when they've decided to come in and investigate it?
Absolutely. We always welcome walk-ins. We would love for people just to walk in, just to come check us out, really see if it's the right vibe that you are looking for your business. We also accept scheduled tours. So really anything just to get you in the door to see us.
How complicated is the process to actually rent space? I know we've made it sound like you've got a very flexible atmosphere when it comes to that, but how do is the process complicated to rent space here?
It's not. It's a very easy e-signed document. It's just an agreement between the client and Worksuites. Takes all of 5 minutes. I've even had some clients sit and fill it out in my office before leaving for the day.
Is it kind of a first and last type situation? What is required in order to obtain a space financially? Do they have to do anything because it's month to month? Is there a security deposit, anything they'd have to put down?
So the good thing about us is some places will offer a full month's rent for security deposit. One thing that we offer is we offer half month. So it's the price of the office for the first month plus half month service retainer. And then there's just a small setup fee just to get you set up in our system, get you set up with phones and everything like that.
And it's flexible as far as when they can move in. They're not tied to being on the 1st or the 15th or whatever. It's whatever suits their schedule the best.
Absolutely. So if you wanted to come in and we had an office ready for you, we could have you set up within the next few days.
Does that count as far as the phones are concerned as well? Or is there a delay in getting a phone, or are they already ready to go and assigned when you get your space?
When you get your space, they are set. Now, it will take a day or two to get you set up in the system, and that's typically when you get the phone line. But I mean, we've had some people move in the very next day. They wait a day to get their phone, and they're already on the ground running.
Well, Blake, our goal today was to introduce our audience to Worksuites. We feel that this is a wonderful solution for what we do, and we know it'd be perfect for just about everybody out there. We just want them to consider doing this as an alternative to what they've done in the past. It's a beautiful solution for many applications. So I want to thank you for being with us today. We've told people how to get in touch with you, and us here at the OBBM Network, we're very glad to have you as a sponsor and a partner with us in what we do with our actions. Thank you all for joining us today. Again, it's Blake Hale. The company is Worksuites. We're glad you tuned in, and we hope you take advantage of this wonderful company.
The American business economy is positioned as it has never been before. Professional videography is a core element for attracting a higher level of engagement with the people group you need for significant impact. Now is your time to shine. My name is Bill Brock, owner of White Rock Films, and I invite you to a powerful opportunity in the marketplace, an opportunity to draw excited people to your events, an opportunity to showcase your ideas on infrastructure, an opportunity to become known as the industry authority and enjoy the associated benefits of a strong, influential brand. Video highlights, video teaches. Video puts a resistant market at ease, and video stirs the hearts and imaginations of your allies and strategic client base. White Rock Films offers full audio, video production for businesses ready to embrace the future, handling your project with professionalism, experience, and polish unheard of in the industry. My name is Bill Brock, and White Rock Films wants your business. See us online at whiterockfilms.com.
Hi, I'm Larry Kortkamp, and this is Biz Pointz, the show that introduces you to new and trending business topics, innovative technologies, and the people that are impacting our small business communities. Today, I'm speaking with Bernie Francis. Bernie is a Vietnam-era veteran and the owner and operator of First Class Caregivers. First Class Caregivers is a home health facility system that you employ to help people in their homes.
Well, let's get rid of the word health.
Okay.
But we do everything that the health people, the clinical people, leave behind. So that's help with doctor's orders, light housekeeping, companionship. We do everything but push needles.
Very good. And you said doctor's orders. You know, that suddenly brings to my mind exactly that. Someone says, I release you to your home care as long as you do this. And then they hand them this phone book of things that they have to do. And that's what you provide for them.
Sure, and that list is given to people who sometimes are slowing down intellectually, right? And so a lot of them rebound back into the healthcare system, the hospitals or whatever, because they couldn't remember that long list of things to do.
And Bernie, you are more than qualified to do this type of work. As I understand, you've been involved in this for over 18 years. You were involved with a resort-style retirement community, and that this particular business of yours has actually been in operation for over 13 years.
Well, my board work started 18 years ago. I spent 18 years in the CCRC, Continuing Care Retirement Community lifestyles, very high end, okay, in sit-down dining, indoor pool, all that good stuff. But in year 13, I started my in-home care business with the same thought process that the market lacked a premium service.
I was just going to say the resort-style care facility, is that where you ended up with the first class portion of your name?
Yes, it's pretty intimidating too. I mean, I wouldn't want to fall below.
I was going to say there's some other things that come with first class, and one thing that impressed me about first class was how you train your facility operators, your employees that are actually going into people's homes.
It's ongoing training, and in this particular time, I mean, it's COVID training and COVID certification. But the Texas Department of Aging and Disability, every other day, they're telling us they're adding things on to that training, and so it's ongoing.
And you mentioned the Department of Texas. Recently, you underwent an audit where they found 0 deficiencies in your operation.
I attribute that to the people who work in my office, in my back office in particular, but yes, they found 0 deficiencies. Now that's like in golf, that's like hitting a hole in one. You know, those inspectors are very fond of finding things wrong. But they weren't able to find one deficiency, and I'm really proud of that.
I, for one, and I'm sure most people do, we assume when we talk about home care, we automatically think about seniors, our moms or dads or people that are of a certain age. But in reality, that's not everything that you do. You actually take care of a wide range of people. Is that correct?
Sure. I mean, we seniors are our sweet spot, but anyone who is recovering from who's coping with a disability or recovering from surgery or whatever it is, we are the company that we're the go-to people for. You can think of us as the care hands for doctor's orders.
Very interesting. So it's not just seniors. You're dealing with a lot of different people from a lot of different walks of life.
Sure.
And I think one of the other advantages that I really hadn't given much thought was because this is a service that you provide, they actually have the ability to travel if necessary with your patient. Is that correct?
Sure. One case in point recently, we were able to put our caregivers on on a nice cruise ship for about 2 weeks. So, she was, of course, she had to care for the family loved one, but she also enjoyed herself quite a bit.
I can't undervalue what service that you provide, because people are, particularly at this stage in our country, we're getting to see some of the downsides to having a facility care for our loved ones, because we're not actually able to visit them. In certain cases, these facilities are denying visitors to people inside. And sadly for me, on a personal level, that's me. I have my mother is involved in a facility, and due to current virus indications, we're locked out. So that poses other problems for our seniors, doesn't it?
Oh, it sure does. The flip side of the COVID coin, of course, is that people can die from loneliness. Okay, they can die from lack of social interaction. And so you can think of us as the assisted living. We're assisted living, but we're one-on-one and we're in the comfort of home. So we are an option. You don't have to put your loved one into a facility for almost the same price. You give us a bedroom, you give us a bath, and we'll give you a first-class caregiver, and we'll give you your lifestyle back.
So you can actually provide around-the-clock care if required or desired by your patient.
Sure.
Or they can go in other levels of care.
Yes. We can be 24/7. We can be 4 hours. We have a 4-hour minimum, 8, 12. As the number of hours goes up, we give you a bigger and bigger discount.
And I was impressed when we say discount. I was also impressed with your company. You're a veteran, and you offer veterans a discount for your service.
Sure.
And you also extend that to first responders as well.
Yes, and teachers.
And even teachers.
Yes.
That's admirable for your company.
Well, I think we all have to step up to the plate at this time, particularly this time in history.
And for those of us in Texas, obviously it's nice. You're local. You're based right here out of Addison.
Yes, the business city.
The business city.
Centrally located, easy to get to anywhere.
And again, I want to go back to the people that actually come in my home. So you take it to an extra level as far as training. And currently with COVID, you actually have engaged the assistance of another firm that specializes in actually preparing or disinfecting, or what's the terminology that I'm looking for?
Well, you can pick your terminology, but they sanitize, they kill the virus, okay? And it's a strategic partnership that we went into actually before COVID, but it took on a lot more prominence after COVID struck. But they come in and they sanitize, and then our caregivers are take it from there.
I see this on a personal level for myself. As I said, I see it from my perspective through my mom. And then just this morning, I was talking to a friend of mine. His mother was actually in a facility, a first-class facility, resort-style facility, where they had a lot of amenities and a lot of things to do. But mom was not engaged in that. And even though those things were available to her, she didn't take advantage of that, and she missed her family. So he's doing exactly what we're talking about here. He's actually bringing mom home now from the facility, putting her into, in his case, he has the opportunity to put her into a separate living facility for that. But now they're bringing home care in. And mom's attitude, as you talked about, entirely different.
Oh, yes.
Entirely different. So for me, I see that personally, and I'm sure you have similar stories as to why you got involved in this in the first place.
Sure, and that is a typical story, by the way. But in my case, I have 2 stories to tell. One is my older brother served time in Vietnam, and when he came home, he was not the same, okay? And he fought alcoholism for many, many years. And he ended up, his last stretch of life, he suffered from dementia. And I was his hands-on caretaker, which was interesting. I mean, it was challenging at times, but it's fun the way he took me back into our childhood. He could remember things in our childhood that I couldn't even remember. And so he sadly passed away. But then I had another friend, a very close friend, and I was his social option, okay, for the last 6 years of his life. So I guess you could call me a natural-born caregiver.
And it's evident that you do care, and at a level that most of us, obviously, we don't take it to the extent that you have, and we applaud you for doing that. And again, I think our generation is aging to the point where we have a lot of seniors, our moms and our dads and brothers and sisters that are reaching that point when they need these additional opportunities available to them. And it's refreshing to have a good quality option available to do so many different things for these individuals, whether they want to just I was talking to another one of your individuals the other day, and they were saying that you even take them on a coffee trip or take them to the doctor or whatever that might happen to be.
We bring them back as close as we can to their lives before they became disabled. That's our goal, to bring you back as close as we can get you to your life before you became incapacitated.
Many of us we have these loved ones close by, but we all have lives too. And those busy lives prevent us sometimes from doing the level of day-to-day involvement in those loved ones of ours. As much as we'd love to, we can't do that. So having the service available to even do that type of in-home service is a godsend for those types of people.
Sure. In my now Zoom networking meetings, one of my slogans is, we are help with stuff when family care is not enough. And so that says exactly what you're talking about. Adult females sadly shoulder 80% of family care, and they do it while trying to keep up their responsibilities for their nuclear family, their husbands and their kids. And in addition to that, many of them are trying to juggle the career. It's
a daunting
madness.
service.
Yeah.
Well, I, for one, am glad that there are businesses such as yours, First Class Caregivers.
Yes, sir.
Bernie Francis. Bernie, I know we've got some information for our viewers on screen, but you obviously have a website that they can contact you at.
Sure.
Talk to any one of your wonderful people on the phone to give them information.
Exactly.
Pricing information, or if they just need to talk about what services are available, please contact Bernie's organization, First Class Caregivers. Thank you for joining us today on Biz Pointz. We look forward to seeing you again.
You've been enjoying Biz Pointz with Larry Kortkamp, brought to you by the Kortkamp Group. To be a guest or request sponsorship information, contact the Kortkamp Group at 972-824-8002 today. Production and programming information requests for the OBBM network should be directed to Offbeat Business Media by calling 214-714-0495 or send your request to info@offbeatbusiness.com. Biz Pointz TV, podcast, and radio show are produced by Offbeat Business Media for the OBBM network. Unauthorized use of logos, audio, video, or reproduction is strictly prohibited.